Hi guys, Dave Wilson here again. Now, traditionally, jewellers would have used Tripoli and rouge for polishing precious metals, but nowadays, companies like Dialux offer a whole range of different products for different metals and different finishes. So, today, we're going to check them all out. So, come with me, let's do some polishing. Follow me. These are Dialux polishes, made in Germany, so they should be pretty good. I have 7 here for a range of different materials, and they also make an orange one for steel. These come in small burrs which are ideal for a jeweller, either using a flex shaft or a Dremel. The burrs consist of a greasy compound with pigments and binders. Each one contains an abrasive compound, such as aluminium oxide, rouge, Tripoli, etc. Rather like sandpaper, by varying the size of the particles and the material, you can create different levels of abrasiveness and therefore different finishes on different materials. If you Google Dialux Polishing Chart, then you'll see something like this, and this shows the different polishes, and it also tells you what material it's suitable for and the level of finish you will get. It's important to say that these are simply guidelines. For example, you may have a piece of 9 carat gold that's been hammered or put through a rolling mill, and it may be quite hard. So perhaps you might want to use a harsher compound. Vice versa, you may have a thin 22 carat gold ring which is very soft, so you may wish to use a more gentle polish. So whatever works for you, but it's a general idea. In case you hadn't already noticed, just be aware that the yellow burr is actually more of a brownish colour, looks a bit like chocolate. Also note the blue and the grey because they're also very similar in colour to each other. So don't mix them up. You must start with an even sanded surface. I like to go up to 800 at the very least and ensure you've removed any dents, tool marks or deep scratches. So we start with pre-polishes. These are the most abrasive and will remove small scratches left over from your buff sticks. With the Dialux here, these will be the yellow, which is a pre-polish for softer metals. This is a great start with silver and gold. There's also orange, which is a pre-polish for steel. I don't have that one. With these pre-polishes, you should use a stitched mop. As you can see here, it keeps the mop rigid and it gives you something to push against. If you're using a small flex shaft or a Dremel, then you might use a hard felt wheel. Again, this allows you to apply a little bit more pressure. As the pre-polish is more abrasive than the others, go slower to reduce heat from friction. Once you've removed all your sanding marks, clean the piece. It's important that you remove all traces of previous polish and keep all your mops separate. Don't allow any cross-contamination, especially on your final finishing mops, or you won't get the desired effect. Next, you can use polish to get a shine. Here you have a range of choices depending on your material. The white is great for silver and gold, and use this with a soft mop, like a soft loose cotton mop here, or in a Dremel you might want to use a little calico mop. If you finish off with a very soft mop, you may find with silver and gold that the white is sufficient on its own. Dialux also make a grey burr, which is designed for polishing steel. It's useful to have this in your workshop, and even if you don't specifically work with steel, it's great for polishing tools such as bench blocks, punches and hammer faces. Again, use it with a hard stitch mop or even a sisal mop. The green is a final polish for hard metals like steel, so this makes a great combination for your hammers and your tools. You can also use green on things like platinum because it's designed for harder materials. So you've polished and you've pre-polished. You might find that that's sufficient, but when working with silver and gold jewellery, you really want that extra sparkle. So Dialux offer several super finishes. Black is for use with silver, and this really does give a great result. Use it with a very soft cotton mop or a swan's down mop. They also have the red, which is sort of like traditional rouge. So this is great for silver and gold, again using a soft mop or a swan's down. The blue is a more general finish polish, so perhaps better for non-precious metals like copper, brass and other things. If you prepare your pieces well, then you should only need 3 polishes to get a great finish. So the pre-polish, the polish and the finish. You might even get away in some cases just using 2. So personally, a few suggestions. For gold I use yellow, white and red. For silver I again use yellow or sometimes the grey if I want something tougher, and then the white and black. On my tools using steel I use grey and then green. So if you just want to test the water, I would suggest perhaps try the yellow one followed up with a white, and that should get you a reasonably good finish on most items. So do experiment and see what works for you. Again, there's no reason why you can't use a harsher compound if you need more cutting power, or a lighter compound if you want that extra bit of shine. It all depends on the finish, the speed, the firmness of your mops, how well finished your piece is. So experiment. I like the size of these little bars. I think they're small enough for use with a pendant drill, but still big enough for use on the bench polisher too. They're not too greasy, so they're very easy to clean up in between stages with warm soapy water. I think they're great value, and from what I can see, they offer good, consistent, streak-free finish. So personally, I highly recommend them. The Dialux range of solid polishing compounds. I've been Dave Wilson. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you real soon on the next video. Bye for now.